Hi Flosstube, I'm Annie and I am the Proper Stitcher, and welcome to episode number 76. If this is your first time joining me, I'm so glad you stopped by today. This is a channel where I like to talk about cross stitch and quilting and hopefully give you inspiration to fully finish your projects. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. It has been a few weeks since I have recorded a Flosstube. I am so sorry, life just got in the way. Every time I thought I would film or record a Flosstube, something else came up and it just snowballed. And before I knew it, here we are going on to the second week or third week where I have not recorded one. So I wanted to come back to you all today. I want to give y'all some updates and I wanted to share some things with you. So let's just jump right in. It's been busy at my house. I have had a lot of things going on with two sick children. Even though Gray is away at college, she's been sick for 3 weeks. So trying to help her navigate that from here and her being in Michigan has been a challenge. I think she's on the mend. She, bless her heart, she lost her voice. She has had some horrible cold-like symptoms, but they seem like the flu, but then it seems like something else. But fortunately, she wasn't positive for anything. It's just she's felt really yucky for a couple of weeks. So she called today. She said it's the first day she woke up and felt pretty good. So fingers crossed that she is on the mend because she comes home Tuesday. Tuesday her flight leaves in the evening and she'll be home Tuesday night for Thanksgiving, and we are so excited to have her home. She hasn't been home since August, so we're looking forward to having her here for Thanksgiving. She sent us a video today and it was snowing today, and she just was saying how beautiful it is up there in Michigan and how she just loves it. She's just having a great time despite being sick. She's still happy, and she says her friends are great, her roommates and all of her dorm mates check on her. They bring her food, they leave her little surprises at her doors. So she's in a wonderful community where I know she's loved and I know she's taken care of. So that has made this a little bit easier. Tristan's been home again sick. He's been sick 2 times over the last few weeks. Same type of symptoms. So hopefully he is doing better too. And then Matt and I have just been trying to get the house organized, ready for Christmas. We are, even though Thanksgiving's next week, we want to go ahead and have a lot of the Christmas decorations out so that Gray can have see it first of all, and then also so we can enjoy it a little bit longer. We usually wait and do the main tree, the big tree, Thanksgiving evening or the day after Thanksgiving. So we're doing as much as we can except that. The other reason we're doing it now is we have to go through Gray's room to get to the attic where everything's stored, and I don't want her weekend home to be us making a mess in her room or her space. So we decided to go ahead and get a lot of things started this weekend. So hopefully by next week my bookshelves will be decorated for Christmas. We'll have a change of scenery there. I will come to you all next week before Thanksgiving too, just trying to make up for lost time for not seeing you all over the last few weeks. But I've also had some work things going on, been very hectic and busy at work. I've been having to prepare for a state certification exam. I took that this week, got that over with. So it was just a lot of things going on, and I am so glad it's all done now and we can relax. I can hopefully watch Christmas movies this weekend, make my Thanksgiving list of groceries I need to buy. I can decorate, I can stitch, all those wonderful things, and just breathe. I am ready for this weekend. So let's jump into this week's episode. I have some stitching announcements to give you all, some dates that you might want to be aware of. I found a couple of Flosstubers that you might like to know about. I did bring out some previous finishes to share with you. I thought over the next few weeks, as I'm pulling Christmas decorations out, that I will share some of my older Christmas ornaments and things that I've made. And I have a few whips to share, some haul, and then we'll go into our giveaways. So let's get started. So one of the updates I told you all about a couple of weeks ago. So on December the 3rd, it's Saturday, December the 3rd, I will be at Stitch Etc. in Farmington, Missouri. And my friend Kim Gavlik owns Stitch Etc., which is a local needlework shop in Farmington. It's an hour and 20 minutes south of St. Louis. And I will be there that day. We'll do sort of like an ornament workshop. So bring something that you have stitched that's 5 by 5 or smaller. Kim will supply the materials needed to finish an ornament, and we'll just have like an ornament session where we'll all work on finishing ornaments together. It'll be fun. She'll have the store all decorated for Christmas. She'll have some cozy treats and hopefully some Christmas music. Kim gets some Christmas music, and we're just gonna make a day of it. And then that evening, when the store closes, Kim and Kay and I are going to drive to Spring Green, Wisconsin, and we're going to spend the following week at Spring Green, Wisconsin at the Country Sampler. We're going to go to Lynn's of Madison, which is another cross-stitch store, and just have a good time stitching and catching up with friends. A couple of other friends are joining us, so I'm really excited and looking forward to that. It's going to be a hard time to be away from home, but at the same time, I'm looking forward to just being with friends and cross-stitching and seeing several cross-stitch stores. So, but if you're in the area, Saturday, December 3rd, stop by Stitch Etc. I will link their shop information below. You're welcome to watch their Flosstube. You're welcome to go to their Facebook page and call them if you have any questions. But super excited. I just love all these things to get us ready for Christmas. So let's jump into some of my finishes, previous finishes. So I've shared these with y'all before on previous episodes, but some of you are new, and I thought it'd be fun as I'm pulling them out. It's kind of like new to me again, so I like to share them with you. I'm pulled out just a mix and a variety of things. So one of the things I pulled out is this Lizzie Kate. I'm not sure where some of these, the names of some of these patterns. So, but this is a Lizzie Kate. And this came in, I think it's called Tiny Tidings. And there are 4 ornament patterns in that one little booklet or leaflet. So I finished this on a Stitch Etc. board. And I used a little mini wreath and some ribbon. I used 2 layers of sticky board, some Lori Holt rickrack. This is a Lori Holt Christmas fabric, and then some of buttons, just some Christmas buttons. And I love how this turns out. This sits on my counter in my kitchen. I just love those peppermints at the bottom. It's so cute. I'm noticing a lot of little ornaments have this little postage stamp border, and I just love the way that looks when it's all finished. So that is one of my finishes I wanted to share. The next 2 are from Priscilla with Stitching with the Housewives. This is called Holly Jolly. And these are PDF downloads on her Etsy shop. So I will link that below. But this is Holly Jolly, I believe the name of it. And I just did one of those sandwiches on this one. And I used her Chelsea checks on this one. And rickrack and a peppermint and bow. It seems like I just finished these, but I know they were from last year, maybe the year before, but it just seems like I just did these. But this was so much fun to stitch. I have a tree in my kitchen. I haven't decorated this one yet. In my previous house, we had a tree in the kitchen and it was all food theme. So now we're in this one open space, and we're still gonna put up a tree in that space, but I don't know how it's gonna feel having since my kitchen is open to my living room. I'm going to have all these trees everywhere, but I think I'm still going to keep it a themed tree. And then here's this one. I can't remember the name of this, but this is Mrs. Claus. I think it's called Mary Claus or Mary Mrs. Claus. I'll link it below. But she is adorable. I love her hair. This one I put a little sticker on the back, a little snowflake sticker to hide where I did the hanger. This one I did not do that. This one I sandwiched the hanger in between the boards. So cute. I did double ribbon and the same little mini wreath. A lot of these ideas I got from Priscilla with Stitching with the Housewives. She has some great tutorials, and from taking some classes from her. So these are so cute, so quick to stitch. I really do enjoy those a lot. This is a big one that I finished. This one is Countdown to Christmas. This is a Country Cottage needlework. I stitched this one several years ago, and I finished it on a frame from Hobby Lobby, and I attached this little magnet and washer with these little greenery and peppermint greenery tops. But I made one change in this pattern. On the 23rd, I put a pink balloon because that's Gray's birthday. So this was cute. I love this pattern so much. This one also sits on the counter in my kitchen. So Countdown to Christmas or Christmas Advent, something like that from Country Cottage Needleworks. That was so much fun to stitch. My others I'm going to go through pretty fast. That you've seen these recently, but I just love showing them. These will probably be on my bookshelves next week. But these are Judy Whitman JBW designs. So this one I've showed recently. These two I just showed this season. This is Joy Noel, and this is Christmas in the Round. These are both finished on a Stitch Etc. board, and you can go back a few episodes and watch my detailed directions on these. These will sit on my shelves behind me. And then this is Christmas in the Round, also finished on a Stitch Etc. board. I love this one so much, and that little snowman. And then I made these last year, and these are several of Judy's patterns. I cannot remember the names of these. This is a snow globe. I finished this on French General fabric. This is Plum Pudding. And these are little pillow ornaments. And then this one is this ice skate. These are so quick and easy to stitch. I just enjoy them so much. Judy Whitman, JBW Designs, she has a great Flosstube channel as well. You can buy her patterns from her website. You can buy them from your local needlework shop. You can buy online, all those places. But Judy on her Flosstube, she always has so many wonderful tips and tricks and ways of finishing that she shares with you. Everything from how to make a cording to how she does her flat finishes to stitch, what it looks like if you stitch something over one or over two. So I just love watching Judy's Flosstubes for that reason. I always pick up something new and exciting, and I just love her patterns. So, and then my last previous finish to share with you is also a Lizzie Kate, and this is By Golly Be Jolly. This came as a kit. I got this kit when I was at the Finishing Touch one year in Louisville, Kentucky. And what came in the kit was the linen, the floss, and these little tiny little beads, and the pattern. So I finished this on a Stitch Etc. board, and I used a blend of fabrics. So the blue little fabric behind it is one of Lori Holt's Cozy Christmas fabrics, and then this one is Priscilla's plaids, pretty plaids. And then I just took some greenery. This is a sticker I got from the scrapbook section at Hobby Lobby. And then I took the fabric from here and I ripped it and made a little bow to match. But this is so much fun. I loved stitching this. It looks very vintage to me. I love those colors. I love that ice blue with the red and the pinks. So pretty. So these were a lot of fun to find today when I opened up some of my boxes. I can't wait to share more stuff with you. So over the next few weeks, I'll bring more previous finishes out to share with you. So let's go into my whips. So my whips, I have not been able to stitch for about a week, which is extremely sad because stitching truly is my therapy. It really does relax me. It brings me peace, it brings me joy, and it's just, it really is true when you hear people say that your day is not complete without stitching, and that is definitely the case for me. But here are some things I worked on before last week. So this is French Country Angel. This is a JBW design, and I've been stitching a JBW design ornament for several months. I've been trying to, when I finish one ornament, I'll go to the next one. And the reason is one, I want to have a tree full of Judy's ornaments, but also there's a stitch along on Instagram that Finally a Farm Girl and Stitchy Linda and I started, and it is JBW Ornament SAL. So JBW Ornament SAL, use the hashtag, and let us see what you're stitching. But this is French Country Angel, and I finished this one. I stitched this on 28 count antique white. Zweigart, and I stitched it over 1. So I used ribbon red is the color I used, and I stitched it 1 strand of floss over 1. And I love how she turned out. I decided not to stitch angel. I wanted to keep it simple, but I can see this with several of these stitched and just placed throughout a tree. I could see it stitched in gold or silver, so many different colors. But I love her bow. And coincidentally, on the pattern, there's an A in her dress. So I thought that was a sweet surprise for me to find that A. But her trumpet, her wings are beautiful, just so dainty and sweet. So I am not sure how I'm going to finish this. This is a smaller piece, so I might make it a small pillow finish, or I might go somewhere and find something to mount it on. But she is just beautiful. So, so pretty. So that is my latest JBW design finish. Not sure what my next ornament will be, but I do have an upcoming stitch along that is a JBW design that I thought you would like to know about. So let me find that. Hold on one second. Here it is. So I was going to tell y'all about some Flosstubers. You can tell this is what happens when I skip a week or two. I get all over the place. I can't focus. I have to tell myself to breathe and slow down. But Merritt Crawford, she is a Flosstuber, and her Flosstube channel is called the Just Because Buzz. That's hard for me to say. The Just Because Buzz, but her name's Merritt Crawford. And she reached out to see if I would be interested in co-hosting a stitch along with her. And I said, well, of course. So we are going to stitch Judy Whitman's Over the Fields We Go. And it's, oh, and she left out the V. So Over the Fields We Go. And Judy, this is a new release this year. So she has it, models on the pattern that are a couple of different choices. You can stitch it in blue or white with blue, any color you want. You can stitch it on red linen or fabric with white or Aida. You can stitch it on white with red. So many options and choices. What I'm going to do is because I had this in my stash, I'm going to stitch it on 28 count red casual linen. I think Merritt is stitching hers on Aida, red Aida. And I am going to use the called for B5200. So I want it to be stark red and white. I just think this will be so pretty. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it. I might finish it on a board, but I might finish it into a pillow. I really like how that pillow turned out. So we'll see, but we are starting this stitch along on December 1st. If you're interested, grab all your materials. Let's get started. We will use the hashtag. I know Merritt helped me. We FaceTimed the other day and she helped me brainstorm for a hashtag. And I think okay, here it is. We're using hashtag JBW OER, O'er the Fields Sal. So I'll put that below if you're interested in joining us or seeing our progress. But it's JBW, and then we're using half of the title of the pattern. So O'er the Fields Sal. It's a mouthful, but it makes sense when you type it out. So that is one of the announcements I thought you would like to know about, and Flosstubers. So Merritt is super sweet. She is from Alabama. Excuse me, she's from Louisiana. Her daughter lives in Alabama, but she is not too far from where my daughter is living now. So it's kind of funny how after we were chatting for a while, we made all these connections of, I'm from Louisiana, she's from Louisiana, I have family in Alabama, she has family in Alabama. So it was a lot of fun to chat with her and to talk about this upcoming stitch along. So if you're interested, December 1st is when we will start on this one. And it looks like a pretty quick stitch. You have several choices. You can stitch it on, Judy gives you all the dimensions on the back of the pattern, but you can stitch it on 36 count, 32 count, 28 count. You can just have it so many different ways that you can stitch this and different looks you can give it. So I think I saw somebody stitching it instead of with the white floss, they were using sort of a khaki floss, so it gave it a little bit more prim look on the red, and it was really pretty. So that is going to be my next Judy start, my next JBW start. And I can't wait to show you the progress. So my next whip that I have, I think I have these somewhat in order. I have one new start. I do not have these in order. So here is my new start. My new start is from Blackbird Designs, and it is from the Ooh La La book. And I started this one right here. It's in this right here. And this one is called Spring Green Pincushion. And I thought it would be fun to have that one stitched for my upcoming trip to Spring Green. So I started it, and I'm going to show y'all this book like I always do. And I've had a lot of you tell me how much you appreciate when I share some images from these Blackbird books, because a lot of you don't have a local needlework store, and seeing the book helps to know if you are interested in purchasing it, especially if you're going to purchase it online. But here's the pin key, and it is just beautiful. I love that little house, and it says Spring Green right here. So this is called Spring Green Pincushion, and let me tell you about the pattern, and then I'll show you the book. Oh, I closed the book. Okay, so here is my progress. I started in the middle, or the center, on this one. So I started on the little house and the birds and this spring green, and I am loving how this is turning out. I am stitching this on 36 count American chestnut, and I am using all the called for floss, and I'll show that to you in just a second, but I'm using 1 string of floss over 2. And this American chestnut is a beautiful fabric. I really do like stitching on it. But here's all of my floss that I'm using. So I'm using all of the called for floss. And it's a blend of Weeks, well, it's all Weeks Dye Works, but there is a DMC color conversion. So here are the colors. Lots of really pretty yellows and red, green and gray. Just really pretty. So I cannot wait to get this finished. Hopefully I'll have it done before our trip. But there it is again. And it is so pretty, so feminine. But here's the book. Ooh La La is one of my favorite books by Blackbird. Just lots of small pieces in here, lots of great gift ideas. Here's the cover. And here are some of the images inside. Very, very fun to do. This is an antique sampler that has been reproduced in the book. And a lot of these are in French, so I'm not going to say them. Here's another antique reproduction. And then you can make it into a little bag. There are the directions on how to make it into a little drawstring bag, which I love these directions. So easy to follow. Here's a small little pincushion. Lots of great gift ideas. If you're not wanting to, if you want a gift idea that's not Christmassy, these are great. Lots of reproductions in these, in this book. There's that one. And this one even shows you how to make it into a pin cushion. Or not a pin cushion, a drum. A drum. Lots of directions on that. And here's another antique reproduction. Lots of red samplers in here. Small, small red samplers. That one's only 5.5 by 5.25. Tiny, tiny little pin roll. Super cute. Directions are all in there on how to do that. This one is called A Bit of Spring. So pretty. So pretty framed, and that border is beautiful. Let's see. This one, I think my friend Celeste did this one. Isn't that pretty? This is called Her Fair Works. It's finished on top of a sewing box. So there are directions in here if you want to get one of those sort of a cardboard sewing boxes from Hobby Lobby, and you can decoupage it or paint it. They give you the directions on how to do that. Here's the inside of that box. If you want to do a smaller little pin cushion to go with it. Just so many cute ideas. Mother's Day gift ideas, all kinds of things. This little tiny pin roll, look how cute that is. Okay. You can also stitch that one, the pattern. It's stitched as a framed piece, but then you can also finish it into that pin roll. The finished size is 4 3/8 by 3 7/8. So it's super tiny, super quick. It would be so pretty inside that sewing box. And then this is called Last Rose of Summer. It's also finished on a box. And I think, and then my spring green pin cushion. And that's the whole book. And inside, they put the spring green pin cushion inside of a sewing box too. So it's a great little book. So many great ideas and patterns, and it's so pretty. So I had fun looking through my books trying to find something, and I just happened to see that this one said spring green, and I thought it was perfect for my upcoming trip. So my next whip that I have been working on is another Blackbird design. And this one is out of print, but it's called And to All a Good Night. And I am getting closer to a finish on this one. This I have enjoyed stitching. I stitched on it for several days before I had to get busy doing other things. But here's my progress. I am stitching this on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha, and I'm using the called for floss, and I'm using 2 strands over 2. So I still have to come back up here and do the moon and do some stars, but I have made my way all the way down here. All the brick has been stitched. I just have to go in and fill in the mortar and finish the door, and there's some snow down here. So I'm getting pretty close to a finish. So much fun to stitch this one. So much fun. So here are the colors. Oh, I think it's in my stitching chair. I don't have the floss with me. It's in my chair. But I'm using all the called for Weeks. It's mostly Weeks Colorworks and some Gentle Arts. So much fun. I think that one might be finished here in the next week or two. And then my last whip that I have been working on is from Plum Street Samplers, and it's called This Joyous Season. And I'm stitching this with Celeste Creates. She has a Flosstube channel and a good friend of mine, and I'm stitching it with some other friends. So if you are joining us, please let me know. The hashtag is hashtag Joyous Season, SAL. But this is so much fun. And here is my progress. I am working on the border. I finished the words up top. And these little pomegranates and flowers have been fun to stitch. I finished the roof. I just have to fill in. But this is so much fun. You can't see that roof, but let me see. So the roof has been it was very detailed on the roof. So here's the information on this. I am stitching this on 36 count Vintage Navy Bean, and that's a Lakeside linen, and I am using all the called for floss, which is a combination of DMC and Weeks Dye Works. So here are all the colors, and here they are on my linen. I just love that blue. And in the pattern, you are given the pattern for a couple of different flags. So I'm either going to remove the flag or switch this to the USA flag. But I love this plaid house. But let me let you see it again. So I'm using 1 strand of floss over 2, 36 count Vintage Navy Bean. And it is so much fun to stitch. I love all the colors and seeing them come out and pop out. So much fun. and I cannot wait to get to the house. That's why I've been working really fast to get that roof done so I can get down to the house. So that's all of my whips that I've had over the last couple of weeks. Hopefully this weekend, like I said, I'll be able to get caught up and get more started. I know I have a couple of starts I'm wanting to do. I want to get caught up on a couple of Christmas things that I'm stitching. So lots of fun things. Maybe there'll be some good Christmas movies on. So let's jump into my haul this week. Actually, last few weeks, some haul and a couple of cards, and let's see. I did get a very sweet card from Janet. Janet was a winner from one of our giveaways. So thank you, Janet. That was very, very nice of you. Thank you. And Kim with Stitch Etc. sent me a board. I think this is called her Tyler board. It is what I use the most. It's just that good, perfect size. I think it's 6x6. So it's what I used to finish the Joy Noel bells on. So it's just a good size board. But this one is in white. So thank you, Kim. I told her I needed a board, so she sent it to me. And then I got from Priscilla with Stitching with the Housewives, Priscilla and Chelsea. They have a couple of new releases, and this one is part of her Dapper Doodad series. There's two of them, and my color printer is not doing the best job right now. But this is City Christmas 1, but the colors on my printer are not really vibrant. So cute. I'm going to link her Etsy shop below, but I just loved those the light bulb garland at the top. And then this is the second one, and it is City Christmas 2. And you can stitch all of these together as one long piece. You could do individual ones, and she has a display that she's talked about on her Flosstube that this is going to be so cute when it's all done and set up together. So that's number 2. So I got those 2. Those are quick PDF downloads from her Etsy shop. And then Cross Stitching Crafts in Johnson City, they know to always hold Brenda Gervais new releases for me. So they sent me Santa Stops Here. I love this, and I love that house. So that came in the mail. And Rudolph and Friends, which is another adorable one. Kim has already stitched and finished this one, and it is just adorable. But that one is so cute. I think I might, this one, it has a DMC conversion, but I think I have all of the overdyed, so I might actually be able to do that this weekend. I also got the latest Hometown Holidays from Little House Needleworks. This came from Johnson City, Cross Stitching Crafts, but this one's Music Store. One of these days, I'm going to stitch all of these in this series. I have them, I just haven't stitched them. Maybe one year that will be my monthly Christmas stitch. And then from Plum Street Sampler, Kim with Stitch Etc. sent these to me. This is Autumn Cottage. I love the blues and the oranges together. I think that is so pretty, but this is a small pin cushion finish. It looks like a pretty quick stitch. And then Cardinal Kin is the other Plum Street Sampler release. And this is one of her stackable series, but look how pretty. And you have 2 color conversions in this one. You have Cardinal Kin 1 and Cardinal Kin 2. And they are beautiful. I love cardinals, and this would be so pretty. Stitched in either in a dough bowl or on my tree. So that is, those are the patterns I've gotten over the last few weeks. And then I decided I am going to attempt to make some bags. So I got some zippers. Celeste with Celeste Creates has a wonderful bag tutorial, and I thought it would be fun to make some little bags. So I got some zippers and then some fabric, just some fabric to make some bags. So just some, actually these are half yards of fabric. So hopefully I'll share some of these finished products with y'all soon, but her tutorial on making little bags, it is amazing. So easy to follow. Celeste is so patient and she has clear instructions. So I'll link that video below if you want to go and check it out. I think that's all of my haul. So another floss tuber that I found this week is the Garden Goose Stitcher, and her name is Teresa. I think her last name is McMath. Hysterical, easy to watch. You just want to sit and stitch with her. You seem like you just want to just hang out with her. She was at the Stitch Etc. retreat this summer, and she has just the best personality on Flosstube. And so go and check her out. I'm going to link her channel below. Go and subscribe to Merritt's channel. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and subscribe to Celeste's channel. So I will link all those below, but the last one that I mentioned is the Garden Goose Stitcher. She's a quilter and a cross stitcher. So, okay, let's go into our giveaways from a couple of weeks ago. I asked you all, what was your family's favorite Halloween or fall treat? And so that was a lot of fun reading through all of those. And I was laughing at some of you who you were saying, is candy corn considered a treat or, you know, a favorite? And yes, that's my sister's favorite. It's just so funny and there are a lot of recipes with candy corn in it. And I thought that was funny too. But anyway, that was great reading all of those. I appreciate all of you answering that question and playing along with me. But here are the winners from last time. So the first one is this Joyful Stitching project bag from Joyful Stitching. And this goes to Crystal Hornsby, Hornsby, Number 2 is this pattern from Country Cottage Needleworks, and it is Santa's List. This goes to Tanya, Tania, Bertula, Bertuola. Number 3, this is a Teresa Kogut cross stitch pattern, Frosty. This goes to Heather Ellis, Ellis, Heather Ellis. Number 4 is from the Fat Quarter Shop, and this is a mini cutting mat. This goes to the letter K, and then McNeely, K. McNeely. And number 5, Lucy Beam's Love and Stitches. This is tomato pins and scissors. This goes to Sharon Williams. So if all of you would please email me at theproperstitcher@gmail.com. It's listed below. Send me your name, your address, what you want, and I will get it in the mail to you as soon as possible. And the giveaways for this week. So here's what you do. You like my video, you subscribe to my channel, and you answer the question below with the number that you're interested in winning. So number 1 or number 2 and number 3 and so on. And what I do the next video is I use the random comment picker, and I select randomly the name associated with that number, and I call your name out, and then you email me and I will send you your gift. So here are the giveaways for this week. And the question I'd like for you to answer is, when do you decorate for Christmas? If you decorate for Christmas, when do you typically do that? So as I said, we've already started pulling things out and doing some decorating, but we kind of drag it out until we finish it the weekend of Thanksgiving. So let me know. I'd love to know when you decorate. Okay, number 1 is from Judy with JBW Designs. This is Christmas Ornaments 2, a great booklet with, I think there's probably 20 patterns in here, a collection of her patterns. Christmas Ornaments 2. This is number 1. Number 2, Heart and Hand Winter, Bird in Hand Winter. So that's number 2. Number 3 is Stacy Nash, Seek Joy in All Things. That is number 3. Number 4, Teresa Kogut, Soul Sisters. It's a sweet little pattern. And number 5 is a Teresa Kogut piece of artwork on foam core. And this is Santa. It says Jolly Round kind is he, Santa, you bring joy to thee. So that's number 5. So answer that, list it below, and we will have a drawing. I will do my next video next Tuesday. So I will draw those names next Tuesday. I would say Wednesday, but Wednesday I'll be spending the day with Gray. So and getting ready for Thanksgiving. So I will do a video Tuesday morning, probably Tuesday afternoon. So, thank you so much for your patience and for joining me today. Like my video, subscribe to my channel, and feel free to leave me a comment below. And until then, have a great weekend. I hope you get lots of stitching time in, and I will see you all next Tuesday.